Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Chrissie Mayr podcast. We are on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, and SoundCloud. And if you're listening to us on iTunes, please leave a 5-star review. We are waiting for Alix Lynx to show up. But you know what? I was going to come on here and talk to you guys anyway, because I got stuff to talk about. And if Alix shows up, amazing. We can talk about her new book, How to Be Dateable AF. And if not, I guess it's just going to be me and you guys. A lot of good stuff going on. First, I want to plug some dates. I'm going to be in Morris Plains with Comedians of the Compound on December 11th. Let me scroll these dates. Boom. Here we go. They're scrolling at the bottom. December 11th, Morris Plains, New Jersey. The Dojo of Comedy, Tiff's Ale House in Morris Plains. And then the next day, I'm going to be headlining the Hartford Funny Bone in Hartford, Connecticut. Then December 13th, I will be heading out to Arkansas. And Frank is calling me right now. I'm going to say no to him because I'm doing a podcast right now. Going to be in Arkansas December 13th. The Looney Bin out there in Little Rock. I'm very excited because I've never been to Little Rock, so or Arkansas at all. I literally just stopped saying Arkansas just a couple years ago, so you know. And then I'm going to be going back to Texas December 15th and 16th with Aaron Berg and Anthony Cumia. We're doing kind of a mini Comedians of the Compound. Down there in Dallas, we'll be at Hyenas in Dallas. My favorite, all-time favorite club to perform at in Texas. So oh, you're saying more stand-up sets on YouTube, please? Well, stay away from the stand-up sets on YouTube because a lot of them are old and crusty and bad and a poor reflection of where I'm at. Which leads me to my next thing, which is why I'm doing a special. I'm doing my first comedy album, comedy special, whatever you'd like to call it, January 6th, kicking off the new year, 2022, with a Chrissie Mayr comedy special. So I'm very excited about that. And if you live out on Long Island, if I went to high school with you, I better see you at this taping. Okay. Thursday, January 6th, out on Long Island, Levittown, Governor's Comedy Club. Tickets are on sale now. I'm already putting together a table of people from Southside High School. I'm gonna have a Rockwell Center collection there. If I went to high school with you and you look fantastic now, this needs to be the show that you have to go to. You need to show everybody how you look. Again, if you went to high school with me and you look worse, still you should come and I will pretend that you look the same. So yes, it is Insurrection Day. We're making January 6th great again by recording an album. It's going to be great. Thank you. Wow. Matthew Hammond already with the super chat. Thanks, Matt. 3 guest requests, Razorfist, Steve Bannon, and Mark Stein. I don't know who Mark Stein is. I feel like I should, though. I feel like you're about to tell me and then I'm going to feel dumb. But yeah, I appreciate when you guys send me requests and like who you want to have on. January 6th is a new Independence Day. Yeah, it's funny. Why not? It's a Thursday. So it's going to be fucking great. I'm really excited. I've mentioned this on a couple other pods before. I was trying to do a special a couple years ago. I was recording some stuff out on Long Island in Bohemia. I recorded something at New York Comedy Club in the city. I recorded something at West Side Comedy Club on the Upper West Side. And then my mom died, and it really put a damper on all things. So I put a pin in that. So here I am 3 years later and I'm ready. I got to do it. I got to get it up. I got to make it happen. So that's really exciting. And I'm really pushing these couple of dates leading up to this album recording. December 11th in Jersey, December 12th in Hartford, Connecticut, December 13th in Little Rock, and 15th and 16th back in Dallas. So it's going to be great. It's going to be fucking great. I'm going to have to buy some sort of a new dress for this album recording, which is fine. I always like an excuse to buy new stuff. Guys, speaking of buying new stuff, the Christmas season, the holiday season is upon us. I don't know if you guys are last minute it's not even a last minute shopping situation yet. It's still November. So you guys are ahead of the game. I'm going to give you a few suggestions. If you are a hot sauce person, if someone you know in your family likes hot sauce, may I suggest to you Silk City hot sauce, because guess what? I've teamed up with them and I have my very own flavor. It's called Nightmare. Nightmayr. I love a pun and I love hot sauce, and this shit is delicious. It is smooth and sweet with a burst of fire, jalapenos, pear, sweet apple cider, and super hot habanero. This is the verde sauce that'll awaken your soul. And it's me eating somebody's insides. It says the Great Awakening at the bottom. It's just fun. It's a fun. I love the art on this. I ordered a shit ton of these. It's really good on eggs. Don't just take swigs of it. It's too hot for that. But yeah, go to levinskytopshelf.com, LEVINSKYS topshelf.com. And if you use these hot sauces are only $10. So if you use the code CMP at the checkout, you'll get like 10 or 15% off, just a couple dollars off. But very good. All my friends that have been trying this have given me rave reviews. So try it. Why not? Why the heck not? Also, another thing that I want to tell you guys about is I've got a bunch of fun t-shirts. Woo! Let me bring it up. I got fun t-shirts for sale at T Public. This one is kind of awesome. It's called Have Yourself a Mayor Christmas. I have it right here in green. It comes in red. It comes in every color, even the ugly ones. So check out tpublic.com and order when they're on sale right now. They're still on a Black Friday sale. They're like $13 each. And if you're like, patriotic, I have Make America Great Again. I love these. I love a pun. So the more pun t-shirts, if you have other pun t-shirt ideas for me, let me know and I will make a t-shirt out of them. So check all those out there. This is fun, guys. And boom, I vamped enough so that my guest has arrived. It's perfect. It's everything is working out. I'm so thrilled that she's here. I realize it's been like maybe a year since I've had her on the podcast, so it's way too long overdue. I'm so excited that she's here. You may follow her on Twitter or Instagram at the Alix Lynx. She's got a new book which just came out, called How to Be Dateable AF. And she's got tons of other books already out. So we've got a lot to talk about. I'm so happy she's here again. Alix Lynx, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, I'm so good, and I'm so sorry I'm late. I got the mall parking lot right now. Like, I don't know what it is about 5 p.m. ish on the Tuesday evening, but it's just not ever happening again.
So you went to the mall?
Oh, I had to go to
How retro. I love it.
and I honestly am such like a let me order everything, but I needed these very specific protein cookies and I wanted them immediately. So I was like, all right, I gotta go. I
You
gotta
know
go.
what? Like when you find what works for you, like snack wise, especially like it's so important to like watch the sugar, or if like you're a keto person, like they really don't make a ton of snacks that are good.
No, they don't. And it's like, and like you said about the sugar, even like a trail mix. I looked down on this trail mix I've been eating for like the past few months when I travel, and there's like 15 grams of sugar. I was like, oh my God.
Oh,
So no more.
are you on like a specific plan, or you're just like being smart and watching it?
Yeah. I mean, I'm plant-based, but like I'm pretty just, I don't know. I just try to be healthy, so I don't have problems later in life.
Good for you. That's the way to be, guys. Like nip it in the bud now. Yeah, I'm just getting back. Like I worked out Friday for the first time in a long time.
Pretty sore.
And I'm like still sore. Like what are we on Tuesday right now? I shouldn't still be sore. Like this is days ago, but my body's like, bitch, we're trying to get back on this.
You feel the burn.
I'm feeling the burn. It's good though. It's so good. It's so good to work out. It's such a good release, like for stress, and you won't even realize it. Like if it's been a while since you worked out, and you're like, why am I moody? Why am I irritable? Why do I just feel a little cunty? It's I think working out helps. Maybe I'm just.
It really does. No, it really does. Every day for me, I have to, or else all of the above.
And I was looking at your Amazon wish list, and I was like, I feel like I can tell so much about Alix just from her wish list. And this is so interesting because right, we're like getting up on the holiday season. Do you have such a? I think you have such a chic style. Like
I love that.
I'm seeing a lot of whites. I'm seeing a lot of just like classy planters.
Oh my god, this is so funny. I love this. I love this right now.
I feel like your style is very. Would you call yourself a minimalist?
No, I like the style of my home to be minimal. I'm very extra myself, but yeah, like for my living quarters, it needs to be zen-like. It needs to be serene, and it's like my sanctuary. My home is my sanctuary, you know. So I really am very mindful of like
Look,
making it a calm environment.
look at this. You just have a heating pad. This looks amazing. Now I want one of these. You just lay on it and it heats up.
Yeah, and there's like crystals in it, like different and ions. So it like it's supposed to something about recharging your cells on like on a cellular level.
Yes.
I just heard about it. I was like, oh my god, I need one. So
Tourmaline is so legit. I've been
mhm.
reading more about that lately. Wow, yeah. So everything's white, very chic. If you guys want to, now I'm inspired. I'm
Go to town.
Yeah, check out Alex's, Amazon. Now, do you send this wish list to, like, friends and family who don't know what to get you, or this is strictly for, like, fans?
Yeah, that's like I'm not sending Alix Lynx wish list to my family. You know what I'm saying? So like I tell people in my personal life, like, hey, I would like this, but like that's for fans. You know, I just tweet out the link from time to time.
Do you have a hard time with telling people, like, what to get you for, like, holidays and birthdays?
No.
See, it must be a me thing because, like, I didn't until I started dating my boyfriend, I started dating him, he was like, you should just, like, I don't know, put together an Amazon wish list or whatever, just tell people what you want," and I'm just like, "No, I can't do that." Like, the way I was raised, it was like, "You don't ask for anything," like, it's your
Mhm.
parents' job to figure out what you need. If you're seen then if you ask for something, it's like, "Well, what if they don't wanna spend that much on you?" It's like, I have clear issues to work through, but,
There's different
um
price points though, so I, like, pick things from different price points. It's, kinda like I read the room, who's asking, like, you know what I mean? But no, I don't. I'm like, if I don't tell this person who's asking me, they're gonna get me something that I'm gonna, like, have to deal with that I probably don't want, you know? So I feel like it's a practical thing to do.
Yeah, and now I've realized, okay, like, you're never gonna go wrong for me with, like, Bath& and Body Works, like, candles. A
Oh my
candle I'm never gonna be upset to see a candle.
especially from Bath and Body Works, like, oh my god, I can't even go on that
I
website
wanna see if
because
they will sponsor.
oh my god, what kind is that?
Okay, this is white tea and sage. My sister sent this to me for my B-day, and it's just like I think it smells classy. I feel like this smells like how your house might smell, Alex, like, just
Maybe. Oh my god, no, my house right now smells like candy apple and, like, pumpkin because, you know, it's
ooh.
the season, but Bath& and Body Works is such a even if, like, I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna go in because everything's on sale," it's like, I will leave like this, you know, so I just, like, don't even. It's a danger zone, like
It is dangerous. What I've learned too is, like, sales are dangerous because they get you excited, and this is why I can't set foot in a TJ Maxx or a Marshalls anymore unless I have something very specific to, because you go there and you get seduced by the sales and the cheapness that you're like,
Mhm.
"Oh, well, I just have to." You think A, I have to get tons of shit, and B, you get this I don't know if you feel this way, but I get into a store and I feel like, "Well, I can't leave empty-handed," like, and then you're like going through everything, like, I have to find something.
Depends on the frame of mind I'm in, like, the other like, maybe, like, a month ago, I was, like, on a little staycation type thing, and, I wandered into one, and I had specific items, but I got those specific items, so but oh my god, it was so hard. Like I saw this perfume I wanted, like just random shit. But I know myself, and it's like if I start with one thing, like it's not gonna stop. So I was like, nope, just you know. And then I had to like leave
Yep,
immediately.
that's what growing up is all about, is, like, showing restraint and
Ugh,
control, and you have to kinda be a man a little bit in a store and go, "No, I'm coming in for shoes, and I'm leaving with shoes, and
oh,
that's
it's
it."
so boring, so
It
boring.
is so
I'm like, if
boring.
someone will give me their credit card, like we can, you know, we can.
That would be have you ever been in that kind of a situation, like a sugar baby situation?
No, and It's just I would just be so terrible at it, you know, because I'm so independent and I'm so like my way and I'm such like a leader. I'm not the type. Like I would just be a terrible sugar baby. I think I know like many, you know, in my profession and I'm like F yeah, like fuck yeah, like live your fucking life, like get your money, but it wouldn't work for me. I would be so annoyed. I'd be like, I don't want to fucking talk to you, like go away, you know?
Yeah, and it's tricky. I think, yes, there's guys, of course, who want to give, and, of course, there's lots of women who are happy to receive that, but I feel like at the end of the day, doesn't it possibly take time away from that man that they could spend finding somebody who, really loves them and, will be
Yeah.
there for them and, hold their hand when they're sick? Or is this just me,
Yeah.
being gay? I don't know.
No, I feel that's how I feel too. I'm just kind of like old fashioned like that, I guess, or I don't know, but I completely feel you. But
Yeah.
human's gonna human, you know?
True, and it just is it's a womanly quality to like to receive and get stuff, right, and shop and sales. I think it's a manly quality to want to, provide for
Yeah,
and, help and
100% masculine energy.
yeah. So you've never even tried to do, sugar babying, you just know yourself and
No, well, like online when I was younger, I was like 22, so like 10 years ago, like 9, 10 years ago, like I was a webcam model. So it was more, I wouldn't even call it that, but it was definitely more intimate. It's like you and I are talking right now. So it was that kind of vibe, but it was like in front of a room. And yeah, I had like regulars who would buy me stuff on Amazon and send me gift cards. So like that's the closest that I ever came. But like even now, it's like I have fans that send me stuff, but I don't see it at like that way at all. You know, it's just a different dynamic.
yeah. Once you start, getting into, obligation, I've mentioned it on the show before, I one time tried to sell a pair of socks. I was like, "I can do this," and they were like then slowly they upped the demands. They're like, "You gotta wear them every day for 2 weeks. You gotta send me a picture of the
Fuck that.
socks. You gotta tell me how the socks are doing." I'm like, "You want a sock progress report?"
You got to
And
charge them for every little thing. It's kind of like you go to Starbucks and then they upsell you if you want extra things. It'd be like that, you know?
yeah, I was like, "You want socks with whip, no foam? It's gonna be extra." So Alex, you have it you and I hadn't realized this, you have many books out. You've written many books.
Yeah.
Um, some, are with, for a variety of topics. I'm gonna pull up your site here. Do. Yeah. Are these, just ebooks or any of these come in physical copies?
No, they're all ebooks, and I actually wrote all of these this past year. It was when COVID happened.
Damn.
Yeah, I love writing. I was just always really good at writing, and I just like to do it, and I like to help people, you know. So I saw a lot of issues, like you know, according to the titles of the books, you can tell, and I was like, oh, I have solutions for these, and I'm kind of just expanding my brand, I guess, if you want
Yeah.
to, just kind of like you know, I'm still filming, but I'm also doing like I'm all about education and like I've learned so much at home by taking courses and having mentors and like I just know that they're helping people and I think that's really awesome. But yeah, 2020 I just sat down and wrote a lot because I was home a lot, you know.
Good for you, and you know what? It's kinda good that these are ebooks because these are some topics that people may not have the balls to, be carrying around, you see a guy on a subway reading the guy's guide to doing porn, you're gonna look at that guy I'm gonna look that guy up and down and be like, "Hmm, let's see." I'll be looking for a bulge. So did this come about? Did you have a lot of guys hitting you up asking you how to get into porn? 'Cause
That's
I always thought that maybe that was a way of, a guy's way of hitting on somebody in the adult industry.
Oh, I never saw it that way. I guess I'm not wired that way, but my but yeah, that's honestly that is the reason why I made that was my first ever ebook and that was literally why I made it because every single day I had like 5 different dudes like tweeting me or sliding in my DMs or whatever just like how do I get into porn? And I was like, okay, I got to just write this book so I can share everything like, you know, break it and I break every single bit down and the different directions that you can go as a dude if you want to get into adult film because there's no I mean for women there's no manual it's just like you know you start and then it's like figure it out you know
Do you feel like there's more of a path, um, like, for women than there is for men? Or do you feel like there's just equally no information for guys or girls?
I mean, for women, it's definitely easier to get in. I would say for both, it's just a matter of having the wherewithal to stay in because it's easy to get in, it's easy to start, but it's like, can you last? Because I think the average
Can
career,
you last,
yeah, I
boys?
think it's like 3 months is the average career in porn. So, uh, yeah,
Not even 1 quarter. Wow.
no, it's insane. And my manager always, whenever I'm feeling down, he's like, listen, you've been in this business in a what it lasts like 3 months and you've been doing this for like what 7 years now, like you're good. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right.
Okay, wow. How? Because I always thought it came down to really, like, can you, like, physically last? And,
Well,
like, are you okay with distractions? Like, can you stay hard with lights in your face, bunch of dudes, you
yeah,
know?
that's the other thing too with dudes, and also that's if you're doing mainstream porn, it's difficult. That's why there's not that many guys. It's like you keep seeing the same guys and there's a lot of women because it's easy for women, even if we got to fake it, it's pretty easy, but for guys, not so much.
The proof is in the pudding. You can't
Ooh.
fake the pudding. Yeah, I've heard there's, like, 10 to 15 guys who are working regularly in the industry.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been out of the loop for a minute now, but I would say maybe a little bit more than that, definitely. But as far as the ones that get the steady gigs all the time, I don't know, maybe like 25. I could be wrong, but it's still pretty relatively small.
Okay, awesome. And I know tons of girls that are on OnlyFans. So this book, Simple Secrets to Making 5 Figures a Month on OnlyFans, like, looks amazing. Because again, I feel like there's no real path to success for OnlyFans, and
No,
it seems like the way to I've never done it, but it seems like it's just trial and error, and you just have to put in
that's
the time.
that's what I did. 3 years
Mhm.
of trial and error, and then I was like, I'm gonna help people and write a book. So because I spent so long like figuring it out. Um,
Wow.
yeah, and I feel like it's a good outlet if you want to make some cash.
Okay, awesome. I feel like one of the secrets is just have a ton of different lingerie in different colors. Like, you're gonna blow so much money on buying outfits.
Yeah, well, there are websites that are make it very very easy, very cost efficient.
Oh, okay, good. Very, very helpful. And so we've got the art of elevation, which is just about sort of transforming yourself and sort of, I guess, turning everything up a notch. Just kind of, I imagine is this about just like how to dress better and use
It
your time?
it's more so just like getting clear on like what you're about and how you want your life to be. It's not like I'm telling you how to be. It's like these are the tools that I use to
Okay.
really get crystal clear on like the direction of my life.
So just like overall goals.
Yeah.
That's great. And then the guy's guide to a kick-ass dating app profile.
So that one I wrote because again, it was like the guy's guide to porn, like kind of I was on dating apps. I'm not on anymore, but I was often on there for like a hot minute for a few years. Like I would delete it and then like bring it back and then like go on another one. And like, oh my God, so many profiles I encountered where I'd be like, oh, this dude seems like he might be cool, but like all his pictures are with like a bunch of dudes, so I don't know who he is, or he's wearing sunglasses, or there's no description. And I'm like, okay, these guys need help, you know? Like I'm
Yeah.
sure a lot of these guys are like super cool in real life, but like no one's probably swiping on them because like their profiles suck. So that's why I made that.
Just as I feel like one of it's not good for any girls or guys to post a bunch of group photos on a dating app because, right,
Right.
you're gonna be especially if you're with your friends that are better looking than you. That's never gonna be good.
Yeah, I mentioned stuff on that wavelength in there because yeah, it's just all the things. I'm like, it's like I forget like what comes natural to me doesn't come natural to everybody. So
I am wondering if in this book you address, like, don't feel the need to pose next to a large dead animal or
oh my, I did not say that, and I should have. But I mean, yeah, well, whatever. There's no go. Maybe I'll make a 2.0 version of that because that is a good one. But I say no dirty. I see so many dudes and they're shirtless and they're in like a dirty ass bathroom with like shit in the background and the
Oh my
view
god, you
is
have yeah.
like this. I'm like, bro, this is not hot. Like you look creepy and it's weird. Like this is not getting you swipes. Like I wouldn't swipe on that.
Especially, like, so many girls, like, our eyes, like, immediately if you're in a room, like, our eyes immediately go, like, "Is this room tidy? Like, is
Yes,
this"
100%. I wonder if guys do that. I have no idea, but like it's super important to me. It's like if I see that you're a slob, like I can't even. Like,
Right, 'cause it's like, "Oh, are you auditioning maids, or do you wanna find a girlfriend? What's happening here?"
right, I don't understand, so I can't get down with a messy dude.
Yeah, it's true. It's like the same kinda guy that's not gonna notice it enough to clean it up is the same kinda guy that's gonna take a picture and be like, "What? Oh, I didn't flush, big deal."
Oh my god.
And this latest one, The Guy's Guide to How to Be Dateable AF. So does this I imagine this kind of plays off of how to have a kick-ass dating profile, but now this is like, okay, once you're dating somebody, how do you crush it?
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's basically like how, from a woman's perspective too, like for me, and I just, break down like how to get clear on who they are. So, because it's like it's basically like when you're your most authentic self, then that's when you'll attract the partner that's best for you. But it's like if you're not self-aware enough to have any direction with who you are, what you're like, or where you want your life to go, or what you're about, it's like mucky, you know what I mean? So like I help people break that down and then I share stuff like basic stuff that'll again, I think it would be common sense, but it isn't always like how to dress, like how to like groom yourself, like how to go on dates, like fun dates that aren't sucky or like awkward. Like so there's all kinds of stuff in there, how to get her number, like how to talk to women, all
And I
kinds
think there's so much value that this is coming from, like, a hot woman's perspective because, like, there are so
of
many guys that have, like, dating books out. It's like, okay, but, like, yeah, I wanna hear from I think a lot of guys wanna hear from a woman, whereas, like, I've
yeah,
noticed a lot of guys tend to, fall into the kind of, like, more like tricks, more of like, "Oh, it's a numbers game," you gotta it's like, it's all about just, like, you gotta shoot your shot, bro. Like, to me, that comes off like you don't give a shit about me personally. You're just
right.
you're chumming the waters for whoever.
Exactly. So I completely agree. It's like, and plus I've been like in the dating game for so long, so it's just kind of like I've seen it all. Like just like in porn, like I've seen everything there's to see. So it's just like again, I just want to like help people, because there's no manual for this shit. It's like I say, like I went to school and learned like Canadian studies, but I didn't learn how to do taxes. I didn't learn how to like date or like how to be like a human in society. I mean,
Yeah, this is like a real life education, and it's interesting that you say, like, you wanna help people be self-aware because the big thing is, like, we've all know, like, guys and girls who are not self-aware, and it's like, how do you tell someone they're not self-aware? Like, how do you bring awareness to lack of self-awareness?
yeah, I mean, that's why, like, I sell the book because it's like if you have any inkling of curiosity about these things, it's like you're getting the book.
And it's also, like, if you find you're striking out and you're like, "What am I doing wrong?" Okay, it's like you get a book like this, and then you start reading it and you go, "Oh, shoot, there are things I
Yeah,
wasn't even thinking about." And
exactly. We all have blind spots.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. I wanna check through here to see if there's any good questions for you. Yeah, guys, like, this is live. This is live, baby. Douglas seems to think that the best way is just stand in front of your yacht.
Yeah, nah, I mean, that's like very surface level. And it's like, what kind of person are you attracting? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with a yacht. I'm just saying, like, that shouldn't be the only thing that you're like flashing if you're trying to get a date.
Yeah, yeah. Steve thinks we're on the subject of male porn stars. Yet another reason why life is more difficult for men. Oh, I
Well,
don't know.
I
Some things
don't
are
know about
easy.
that. It's, we all have our ups and downs.
Yeah, you guys, come on. You guys can fix stuff easier. You guys can. You're better at dealing with the mechanic.
Oh my god. I'm like, I can't speak car. Like what?
I can't. I just went today. I was like,
Oh, it's the
okay,
worst.
it's a lot of talking, and then I know I have to hand over $700. It's
Yeah,
like
that's basically it. The carburetor and the like all this like I'm like, what? Like you might as well be speaking Chinese to me because I don't get it, but here you go. Like just fix my vehicle, please.
yeah, and it's like I feel like it's like the opposite of like I don't know, like a sugar baby. It's like a mechanic could completely take you for a ride, overcharge you. You have no idea what's going on. You're like, "I guess, okay, I wanna be able to drive my."
100%. I always get a dude's perspective, like, when I get a quote, I'm like, "Here, look at this. Is this right?" Like, I always do that because I have no fucking clue.
It's a scary world. Okay, super chat from Man Monkey. Will this book work even for Michael Gavinelli? All right. Well, Michael Gavinelli is one of my super fans on my other show, Wet Spot. He's a little autistic, I guess.
Mhm.
Nice guy though, but yeah, I think he might have some trouble in the dating area. Maybe it will work for him. Yeah, I don't know if he has the
Never
patience to read through a whole book. But yeah. Oh, this is a super chat from before when we're talking about guests to have on. He is listed as Mark Stein online on Twitter. He's the funniest guy that I've listened to when he subbed for Rush Limbaugh. He is on GB News now. Okay, I'll check him out, Matt. I will check him out. This is exciting. Okay. Things I wish I knew when I was younger. Yeah, in the dating world, I wish that I had figured out earlier on like what my non-negotiables are, like what my true values are. 'Cause
Same.
you think you're like, okay, sure, somebody hot, somebody fun," and then you're like, "Okay, well, what does that actually boil down to?"
Oh
It's
my
like
god, I know. I feel
yeah.
you.
It's like, alright, you want somebody who's hot, but at the same time, if you're not somebody who works out and takes care of yourself, like, you can't really expect you know what I mean? How do you expect to attract that if that is not also a value that you share?
Exactly. I feel that. I wish I did too. My list of specific of like who like what I require in a person, like a dating, like a partner, like is like so long, but it fucking should be.
I remember this is back when I listened to Oprah, but Oprah was like, "You need to write out, like, 20 qualities you want in a person and just, like, manifest on it."
I
And
believe.
then I think I don't know, and then I got out of a toxic relationship and I was like, "I don't know, someone who doesn't wanna hit me, that sounds good. Let's start with that."
It's a good start.
And yeah, somebody who likes dogs. It's all good.
That's also mandatory.
I didn't mean to bring the room down, guys. Okay. So, what I don't know if you go into this in any of your books, but what are some like relationship or dating like red flags?
Red flags. I mean, there's a lot. I would say guys who, well, here's like just a random thing for me, anyways. I had a guy. It's like when you come off as like needy or almost like desperate vibes. Like I had a guy and he was like so hot. He had a really good job, and like I was just like, oh my
What
god,
did he do?
I the fuck if I know. Even it was like in real estate.
Okay.
Um, and we had a FaceTime, and then he was telling me, this is the first time I ever talked to him. He was like, "Yeah, I want 3 kids," and he was so specific about how each one would be, and like I want to live in this town, and yeah, he was like telling me what he wanted his life to be like, and like that specifically though, I'm like, dude, like we haven't even gone out on a date, and you're telling me that you basically like are envisioning every date you go on, like, oh, is this going to be the mother of my 3 kids? Like, I just was very put off by that. It's like, bro, like I think you said like those conversations are good to have because like especially in your 30s, you don't have time to fuck around, but like not like right off the bat. I feel like that's something that you kind of like have to ease in a little bit more. So there's that, but also dudes who just like, I don't know, people who are like rude to wait staff. That's a big one. It's like how you, and like not even that, but it's like how you treat other people in your life. And like, are you a shitty person? Are you a shitty friend? Are you shitty to your family? Because if you're shitty to those people, you're going to be shitty to me. So it's like stuff like that.
Yeah, noticing all of that stuff, like how this new person like treats everybody and how they treat somebody
Yes.
where like the stakes are very low or they'll never see again.
Hmm.
Yeah. Unless something goes horribly wrong, like I'm gonna tip 20%. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
100%.
why did I leave my house to have someone else made me food that I didn't die from eating. You know what I mean? It was like it wasn't poisoned. There was not pubes in it that I saw. Like,
Yeah.
good job. Good job. I'm gonna give you 20%.
Yeah, always. And also, I've been there. Like, I've been a freaking cocktail waitress. I've had shitty jobs. Like, I feel for that, you know what I mean? Also, like, when people are just, like, entitled, you know? Like, I just can't with that.
Yeah, I was seeing a couple comments in the chat like, "Oh, I would never date a porn star," and I wonder if that comes from like, do you find, like, some certain guys are intimidated to date anybody in the adult industry?
100%, and, like, I get it. You know, everyone is different. Some guys are fine. I know people in the industry who are married and their SO isn't even in porn, but they're like banging dudes on camera, but their guy is cool with it. I know women who only do girl girl. Like there's so many different dynamics that could work. So if you're dating someone in porn, yeah, there's a lot of conversations to be had based on like what you're comfortable with. And some people are cool with it and some are not whatsoever. And like it's all okay. It's definitely not for everyone. But yeah, 100%. It's like I would say I would say that all of my boyfriends since I've been in porn have, I wouldn't say jealousy, but just a little bit insecure, like thinking that because they're not in the industry, so thinking more like that I have this like big life and like I'm doing porn and blah blah blah, but like it's obviously not the case. And when they get to know me, it's a little different, obviously. But yeah, as far as like being with having the experience, yes and no. Like again, some are intimidated, but I would say that like it's a good thing that I have all this experience because you're not going to find a better lay than me. I'm just like saying, you know what I mean? I know all the tricks and it's not even that. It's like I know how to like be in tune with a person. So it's almost
Yeah,
like
it's like being fluent in a language, and, like,
mhm,
that language is, like, yeah, body language,
and
energy, and
yeah,
you're probably a quick learn too, like, a quick
mhm,
study. You're like, "Okay, I figured out what this person likes, like, right away."
100%. And also porn stars, it's like it's our job. Like we're not like we go to work and we come home. We're not like since this is our job, like we're arguably loyal as fuck. I mean, I am, you know, it's just like sex is just sex. And it's amazing when it's with a partner that I love. And when I'm working with someone on camera, it's completely different.
What if you are dating somebody and then you work with somebody in a scene and you have, like, sick chemistry? Can that fuck with you a little
It's
bit?
never happened, honestly, because
You've never had better chemistry with somebody on set than your significant other.
no,
That's pretty cool.
never, because it's my job. I have a mental barrier in my brain that this is my job and it is not allowed. You know what I mean? And I just have this thing about dating people in the industry anyways. I just don't do it at all. I just don't. And it's just how I be, you know, it's just how I roll.
Yeah.
Work is work. And then I go home.
Do you feel like a guy who dates somebody in the adult industry, like, has to basically be, like, open or, like, they call it, like, I don't know, in the lifestyle or, like, you do you think you have to essentially just be okay with, like, just being in an open relationship? Like, do you equate it essentially to being in an open relationship because of your work?
Well, it depends because like for me, you know, I date men and when I'm in a relationship, like it just depends. But for example, like I said before, like there are some couples who they're married and the woman, for example, only works with men, but it's at work. So they're not, that's just the thing they have worked out. Other couples, yeah, I've heard of that too. I know people who've done this. Other couples, the guy's not in porn, the woman is, and they agree, yes, since I'm banging these dudes, you can bang women and it's open. For me personally, like if I'm in a relationship, I'm either only working with the guy on camera, so it's like that's it. Stays the sex, you know, between me and the guy only still stays in the relationship, or I'm not at all and I'm just doing girl on girl. In which case that's fine because I'm not gonna run off with a woman. Like I like to hook up with women, but I just don't date women, and that's just personal preference, you know. That's
Yeah.
just how I'm wired. So it's a very case by case personal basis kind of thing, you know. So it's conversations, you know?
It's communication.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you notice, like, somebody that new that you're dating, like, starts to get a little bit jealous, do you feel like, "Oh, this is ultimately not gonna work?" It's just
Yeah,
weird.
I've found that in my case anyways with guys, I don't know, I was in a relationship where it was like a swinger thing. This was like very early 20s. And then I realized I was like, oh, this isn't for me, but I tried it. It's fine, whatever. And then the other one, like I was doing boy girl and dating him. And, the jealousy came and I completely get it, obviously. So that didn't work. And then, like, so again, it just depends. And then you work out a dynamic that will work best for both of you. It's such a weird situation to be in. It's not like a common thing. So it's like I said, it's just communication.
This is a good question in the chat. Would you ever quit the industry for a man?
No. No, I wouldn't. Like, if I'm gonna be retired, which isn't happening anytime soon, it would be on my own accord. But again, it's just like, yeah, no, I wouldn't. I have to date people who are okay with me being naked on a camera, and then what kind of stuff I'm filming is just like what we're having a conversation about. You know what I mean? Because I get it.
Yeah, and it's like, what do you yeah, it's like, you have to make a living, like, what are you gonna just be like, "Oh, alright, you're right, I'll hang it up, let me go see if the bank is hiring," and then you're gonna take a huge dive in income.
Yeah, and again, it's just like it's not for everyone. Not everyone is okay with it, but some people are, and we work it out, and that's how it is. Like, well, there's so many people on this planet, and it's like some people are okay and some aren't.
Are you feeling, like, pressure, or do you notice in the industry, like, do you feel like there's a lot of pressure among, like, men and women to get, like, work done in generally or just as they age, and do you feel like it's equal amongst men and women?
Plastic surgery.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say men. I've never heard that among men, and also women to a degree, because nowadays it's like there's so many I've seen so many bodies, and it's like some women have like natural big asses and some have small titties and some are just all natural and skinny. There's so many different body types, and it's really cool because I feel like all body types are celebrated and there's a space for every body type in adult film. There really is. So that doesn't matter. I would say it really comes down to, again, like a personal preference, because for me it's like I'm vain as fuck. A. B. When I look in the mirror and I see wrinkles, that's just not gonna fly. So I get Botox, I get filler. Like, I've had a lot of work done, but that's just me, and that's like how that's stuff that makes me feel good. When it's like, especially, it's like I'm naked. It's a 4K camera. Like, you can see everything. Like,
Oh my god, I can see everything. Yeah,
you really
4K.
can see everything. And so I personally feel better about myself when I do those things. And some people don't get that stuff at all and they feel great without it. So I wouldn't say there's pressure. I would say that, it's a very individual thing. It is pretty easy to compare yourself to other people, but that's just a matter of not subscribing to that.
I could understand, like, if I were in the adult industry right now, I'd be like, "Oh, let me get Botox, let me get everything," because it's like, I don't wanna be put in, like, the JILF category sooner than than I'm ready for, you
It
know?
is easy. It really is easy to pick yourself apart, and I'm hard on myself anyway. So, like, all of a sudden come out and be like, oh, I gained a little weight, or like, oh, this looks weird. My boob is rippling here. Like, it's so fucking easy. And then at the end of the day, I'm just like, oh, what? I just don't give a fuck. I just stopped caring, and that did it for me.
You really don't look like you've had, like, really anything done. Like, I'm not, you know?
Thanks so much, but I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I keep it natural-ish. Like, I'm not trying to look like a cat woman. It's more like a maintenance kind of thing, like just looking like myself, but like enhanced.
Yeah. Yeah, I know I see girls that, like, I don't know, it's hard because you don't wanna be like, "Hey, it would take so little for you to just, like, get rid of that," or, like, it's a couple things, and I just think there is a big stigma on all of that, and it's really, like, it's evolved so much over the years, and it's not that expensive, and also it's, like, more people are getting it than you realize.
Oh, 100%. And there's no shame. It's like you get one body for your entire life. Like, I had a really crooked nose at one point. I was very self-conscious of it because I broke it on a trampoline. And I
Oh,
was
no, how old are you?
years, yeah. And I got my nose fixed and I was like, wow, this like made me feel more confident about myself. So I think it's like what the fuck? Like, why not? If you can do things that can make you feel more confident.
When did you break your nose on a trampoline?
I was young. I was in like 7th grade.
Oh, I was obsessed with trampolines, backyard trampolines when I was younger. Like, I once dated a guy in 9th grade just because he had a trampoline in his backyard. I was like, "Oh, Jay? Oh, yeah, I'm interested. Let's see how this goes." I'd be like, "Oh, can I come over?" And he thought I was gonna, like, give him a hand job. I was like, "No, I wanna get on that trampoline."
I
Like,
love
"Do
the trampoline too. My God, so fun. I want one. When I get my a dope ass house, I'm gonna buy a fucking trampoline.
I would love, like, the ones that's, like, they had in gymnastics where it's like a tumble track, but, like, bigger where it's, like, in the ground a little bit, like, those are fun, like, I mean, like, I think if I had started gymnastics or if I was younger and started younger, like, I would've had more time on that, like, that was a new thing
Oh
when
my
I was
God.
coming up. Oh, it's so fun. So, so fun. Okay, so you don't feel like the industry, like, you get people or directors or your managers like, "Hey, you should get XYZ done." Do you feel like there is anyone in the industry, like, hinting at that for anyone?
I
That's
don't.
good.
I honestly don't, or maybe I haven't experienced it because I'm pretty like type A and like I don't know. I'm just not available for those conversations. So like I don't know. I haven't ever personally. I really don't think so, to be honest. I really don't think so. Like I said, there's so many bodies and so many body types that are celebrated. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure like in the past, like also especially now because we don't have to rely on companies for employment, like we're self-employed. So it's like a company or someone says that it's like go fuck yourself because like we don't need them, they need us. So I've heard of things in the past where agents tell girls like, oh, like you have tattoos, no one will hire you, or oh, your hair is like pink, so no one will hire you. But like I have actually a good friend of mine who has blue hair, and her agent at first was kind of dubious just because that wasn't a common look, but now she's super popular. So I think that's just a thing of the past.
Is it somebody I would know? Who has blue hair? Karma RX? No, she doesn't have blue hair. I can't think of anybody who has blue hair.
It's my friend Jules Blue. Kind
Oh,
of new.
okay,
She's like 2 years in.
okay.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too, like, if you're established and, like, you've been in it in a while and you're at the point where maybe you are, like, getting wrinkles or whatever, it's like you're also established and you have a fan base, and it's, like, kind of like they shouldn't really, say anything that would
They don't either. It's
discourage
like,
you.
no, and it's like honestly, like I know like MILF performers personally, and some of them like I mean, it's just like a natural thing, natural aging, and they're fucking huge or so popular. So it's just, you
Yeah, it
know,
all works. Have you
Mhm.
done MILF stuff yet?
I swear, I think I was like 27 when I started doing it. It's the titties. It's like once I got my titties, and now I'm in the. I mean, I can go both ways if I want to perform that way, but when I did get hired by companies, it would be for like MILF shit.
Ooh, okay. It's
Very.
all about the titties. Maybe I think I could be maybe.
You would be a MILF if you're
I
not
would
like 18 with like a flat chest and like boyfriend,
yeah.
then you're probably a MILF. It's just porn, you
I
know.
would
If you're like
I wanna be like a supportive aunt, maybe you're like, a step girlfriend or so like a just like a cool friend,
support, yeah, this
who's
is
gonna take you out for a spa day. That's my very specific genre. I don't know, Alex, if you've ever been to Exotica. I'm gonna be at Exotica this weekend. It's in DC. I'm so excited. I'm gonna have my very own booth. I'm gonna be live streaming all weekend long. I'm setting up, times for whoever's down there and whoever's gonna watch this. If you're a girl in the industry who's gonna be in DC this weekend,
yeah.
come by, like, hit me up, message me on whatever, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, and we'll find if there's a time that you definitely wanna slot in. I'm super excited. I've been to AVN. I went to AVN in 2020. This is my first time at Exotica. Have you ever been, Alex? Do you have any tips?
It's a good time. I mean, actually, it's funny. My first Exotica was before I was in porn. I was a cam model. It was like 2011, and I met a male performer in Edison, and I was going to sign with this one agency, and then he talked me out of it because he told me the guy was a pimp, and he was right.
Oh,
So what
man.
the fuck? Like, how crazy is that? But yeah, it was fun. It's I mean, my biggest concern honestly would just be to bring hand sanitizer just because of the day and age we're living in and all the humans that are around. But it's yeah, it's a good time.
Okay, okay. Yeah. Remember to squirt on some hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
I forget all about that. I'm, like, shaking hands. I'm, like, at the comedy club. I'm like, "Hey, guys." And I've only gotten COVID once so far, so I'm doing alright.
Yeah. Hopefully that was that.
Oh, yeah. Quick shout out from our sponsor, Cushy Dreams. I don't know if you guys struggle with any kind of anxiety. I really love Cushy Dreams because they have different indica sativa blends like hustle, create, relax, dream, peace, energy. So whatever you want, Cushy Dreams has your back. They got these great pre-rolls in sets of 5, and they also have um the bud that comes in the tins here. I really like the pre-rolls just because of their portability and the packaging, and you can kind of take it with you anywhere. Join the men and women who are sick of vapes and gummies and want to smoke their CBD. Go to cushydreams.com and at the checkout use promo code CMP to get 20% off. Guys, give the gift of chilling the fuck out. I don't know. I'm getting triggered for talking about drugs every time I do this read, so I'm trying to be super careful. Woo! I think that's it. You guys know what CBD is. You don't need me to explain it. All right. From Byron. What has been the best company you have worked for, or are they all the same?
Yeah, the Vixen Media Group 100%, just because they had like they just treat you like royalty. In my experience anyways, anytime I've been on set for like Blacked or Vixen, it's always just been like top tier. Like they give you your wardrobe, like they just treat you how every set should treat you, and they pay you like every set should pay you. So I would say that.
Do they, like, go what is the process like for a shoot? Like, do they go shopping for you? Do they ask you what your style is like, or is it all about the style of the character that you're playing?
Yeah, it's the character. They have a wardrobe. I mean, I haven't shot for them in like 2 years, but like they had a wardrobe on set. And they have like they had like a stylist and they style different, and it's like modern. It's not like crusty ass secretary outfits. It's like modern shit. It's like cool, you know? So it's just a cool it's a very elevated experience with them, which I love. I wish, I would probably shoot a lot more mainstream if I every set were like that.
I'm imagining like, when you go into, like, a store, like, I feel like kind of like these stores that sell, like, sex toys and stuff, they all need to be updated, but I'm wondering if, like, some of these shoots feel like how these stores feel, where it's, like, the same, like, schoolgirl uniform, the same, like, crusty, cheap-looking, like, Lucite platforms or whatever. Like, all that stuff needs an update. I feel like someone could make so much money going into all these stores and just being like, "Okay, you need to throw out these crusty butt plugs that like, you know what I mean? Like, if
I
it's so old to the point where, like, the plastic is coming up off of the cardboard because the
know.
glue is so dried out that it just you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, or like it's like the toys have like you can tell that the photos were from like the 90s because like just the look of the models. I'm like, what the fuck? Like who's buying this? Like I'm just not impressed.
oh my gosh, yeah, I remember the first time I got, like, my first, like, chic, toy. It was like a Lilo vibrator, and then which was at the time was, like, such a big deal, and then I got another Lilo that was, like, supposed to mimic the feeling of, like, a guy going down on you, and I was so not impressed. Like, I think it's, like, in my, like, over here, like, I haven't used it in so long just 'cause I was like, "No, it doesn't feel anything like it at all." It's like this ring, and then it's supposed to feel like
Yeah.
there's, like, a little bit like a ball that's moving underneath it, and I was like, "This is
Oh,
either
that's
this." It
interesting.
was like, "This is either the worst head ever or, like, I don't know."
I don't have one. I had because I have one that's called the womanizer, but there's like a little thing for like your clit, and that's fucking awesome. But it doesn't have like a ball thing in it, so it's like probably a different type of toy.
I've been hearing about the womanizer for years, and I should just do it. I should just
Pretty
get
good.
one. I've been just, like, staying true to my Hitachi, the magic wand, the old back massager.
You cannot go wrong with a Hitachi, though. The only reason I don't have one anymore is because it fucking died. And I had it for like 6 years, and then one day it died. It was so sad. I'm like,
Oh, I had my first one, which was, like, you plugged it in, and it started like chugging like an old boat. So I started to call it like Old Bessie. And I would talk about like in shows all the time, like, oh, Bessie, like she's about to die. I'm about to put her out to pasture. Like she doesn't have, she only's got a few months in her, I think, or a couple weeks. And then like it was on death's door. And then an amazing fan like came to one of my stand-up shows like on my birthday with a brand new cordless version. And I was like, oh, it was so great.
Oh,
Like
that's amazing.
I've been going with that. But it's like, yeah, sometimes if I lay off of it, because you can get obsessive with it. Like
Yeah.
if I had nothing to do and no goals, like I would just stay in bed all day at like ruining myself. So
Yeah,
it's
you can
so
totally,
easy.
and you get fucking desensitized too, you know?
Yeah, you'll be like, why not? Like if I can go for one, well, let's do 10. And then you're like, oh my God, it's 2 o'clock. The back of my legs are sweating. I haven't gotten anything done. Yeah, it's like get yourself together, get some water, start the day.
Ah,
Uh
yes.
So, yeah, but it is you do have to, like, lay off it because you will desensitize yourself. But, man, boy, it's so good. It's the best.
Okay.
So maybe I'll try this womanizer and, like, mix it up a little bit.
Let me know how it goes.
Okay, I will. You'll be like, "Who's messaging me?" Oh. Um, okay, awesome. Do you feel like you've done everything you've wanted to do in the industry, or do you feel like you have some people who do you wanna work with that you haven't worked with yet?
I have such a long list of people I wanna work with, so I don't even know where to start on that. I just know that I'm trying to tick off all the boxes when I'm shooting my content. Um, I don't know. I mean, I'm very much like a wild card. It's just like I don't know if I've done everything I wanna do. I'm chilling for now. For me, it's like a thing. It's like sometimes like I'm balls deep in porn and sometimes I'm backed out a little bit. Sometimes I'm backed out a lot. It'll always be there, you know, and that's what I love about it. It's like when if and when like I want to come back and go ham shooting for companies or whatever the fuck, like who knows? Like it's always gonna be there. So I'm chilling for now.
What
Like
would it take what would it take for you to just, like, to leave the industry or, like, be on just on OnlyFans, like, just be independent?
I mean,
What would it
I am independent. I have been for like a year and a half. Um, and I've basically been independent my entire career. Like I always focus heavily on making my own content instead of shooting for companies because of the long-term value. You know, it's just like you shoot for a company, you get like a like whatever, like 1,200, 1,500, $2,000 check, and then that company makes like a fuckload more off of you. And I'm sick of doing
Oh.
that. Like it's just not like some people shoot a lot because they want to just stay like relevant or whatever, and it's just like a different way to mix things up. But for me, like I just don't need it, you know, like I just the why. Like I don't want to go spend 8 hours on set. I can fucking sit at home and dildo myself and I'm good, you know.
How old are you when you first found out, like, how much more money the company makes off you versus how much you get paid?
Oh, I
Like, do
always
they tell you that or
no, I
do
just always knew. It's just like, for example, if I go on Pornhub, okay, here's a good example. This was like 4 years ago. I maybe five. I mean, I always knew, but I really knew it like 5 years ago. I went on Pornhub and there was this video I made and it got like 30 million hits, which is probably like when you have a studio account, I don't know how much that is. That's like maybe 50 grand, maybe more, like maybe like I don't know. It's like a lot more, maybe 100. Like it's just a lot. And plus like all their other distributed sites, like they probably made 100+ K on that scene and I made 1,200 bucks. And I was
No.
like, done. Fuck this. Fuck this.
Oh.
But on the flip side, they do give you the exposure. I got 30 million eyeballs on me. You know what I'm saying? And that was just on one site. So on the flip side, it's like now I can get new fans, and those fans will go to my OnlyFans and they'll buy clips from me. So it's all good. So that's why, like, I always knew that, but I stayed doing that for that reason. Like, I used the companies for what they were and what they could do for me, not never the other way around.
Do you think companies have become better because they know that they can lose anybody they can strike out on their own completely at any time, and they need to step it up in order to keep people working with them?
Yeah, most girls already do. Like most girls already make enough, more than enough money than you ever working for a company and more, like so much just from the fan side. So companies know that we don't need them, you know?
Wow, so it's like they've gotta offer, I don't know, be like, "Look, you're gonna be on a boat You're like, I already can get on a boat. My friend has a boat. Ah, shit. All right, we're gonna get you on this beach.
Just make it cool, you know? And like, yeah, there's always going to be girls. And like I said, like, it's good to work with companies if they're good ones, because it's like they give you, especially if you're new, you need them because they'll get you fans, you know what I mean? But for someone like me, I've been around for so long, it's like I've done my time. Like I've done that. So it's not
Yeah.
necessary. And if I want to, then I'll go back. But
That scene of yours on Pornhub that got, what you said, over 30 million views. What was it about that scene that you think people really liked?
it was really scandalous. It was something cheating. Do I want to look this up right now? Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
It's like looking through a scrapbook.
Honestly, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was a step something or other scene because of course, you know?
Yeah.
Of course. Or it was like, was it a cheating spouse? It was something fucking scandalous. It was like a cheating spouse type thing, maybe with a step something as a twist.
Ooh.
So it was fucking weird. Like the title was very clickbaity. So
do you feel like the step/family incesty type genre has cooled off a little bit since it's been so hot over the years? No, still going strong.
yeah, I just, I mean, it's fine, for me, it's people like it because it's something that you never would do in real life. And so it's a way to, it's just like a safe outlet to be like, okay, this is not real, but like, it's kind of like, what the fuck? Like, it's like a fucking, like a mind fuck type thing. So I get it. And that's why, but it's just like, so how many times am I going to get stuck in the dryer? You know what I mean?
That's what people in the chat have been asking, if you've ever been stuck.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like, as long as people know that, like, full disclosure, where I'm not actually fucking my stepdad and I don't even have a stepdad. You know what I mean? It's just like fantasy. It's adults enjoying adult content. What the fuck ever. I don't like, it's just an acting thing at the end of the day. We're just acting. That's it. So and there's a demand because without we're only making this because people won't stop watching it. Like, this is what people want to watch. So and hundreds of millions of people around the world every single day. So like, this is what the public is watching right now. I have no words,
Right. If they're just thinking like, what if like if the mind goes towards like, ooh, this is wrong, like cheating, it's like it's wrong, and that's why it turns people on. It's like, well,
Yes.
so is fucking around with your family. I just think
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
oh man, I think if I were in porn and I was doing like a scene where I was supposed to be a stepmom, I'd be like, hey, go get your dad. Tell him to fuck me. You know what I mean? I would be like, get out of here. Go get your dad. Come on.
Oh my God.
We're not even fucking enough to begin with.
Oh my
Go get
God,
him.
no, these fucking scripts are crazy. Like, I can't. I just too much.
Super chat from Raynor Chen. Riley Reid talked about some Obama era banking and financial system blockade against adult industry workers and companies on the Portal podcast, making it for them. I think maybe he meant to say making it hard for them to use any banking. Are those real?
I don't know specifically about that. I can tell you personal experience. I was banking with Chase Bank for like 10 years. And one day I woke up and I couldn't access my money and they wouldn't tell me why. And they fucking shut my accounts down because I do adult work. Isn't that so entirely
wow?
Like, I could have sued them and I didn't, and I'm fucking pissed at myself. So anyone out there, if you get fucked over by Chase Bank and you're a sex worker, you should sue them, because I say that's discriminatory and they're not supposed to be able to do that. I really don't think that's legal. I just picture a bunch of old stodgy dudes like, oh, there's porn. Like, no, you know what I mean? I'm like, fuck that. But there are banks that are good that don't care. So fuck Chase Bank, though. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think when I was talking to Stoya, like this might have been at least a year ago. She, I think, also had a problem with Chase Bank, like shutting down one of her accounts. Like they just send you a check and they're like, "Good day, sir," and you're like,
yeah,
whoa.
yeah,
That's fucking crazy.
I know. I'm like, bitch, you fucking watch me. Like, that's how you know. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like people at that corporate office definitely watch porn, or like wherever the fuck they're making these decisions. But
Yeah, I'd be like, I thought your slogan was chase what matters. I'm doing that. Come on. What matters to me is dick. Oh, man. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah, I asked you before if there was, like, a top couple of people you really wanted to work with, but I feel like if that's a sticky subject, because there's probably gonna be people that you forget and you don't want anybody to feel,
I
but if
just
you could, like,
I don't have like a big list. I mean, I have a big list, but so it's just like it's too many.
is there, like, a typical like, a kind of scenario that, like, you're really into shooting right now or doing on your own?
I just like creative stuff. Like I work with my friend Jules Blue, and we put because we're both like very like trippy, like same wavelength, like good vibes and rainbows and shit. So we do cool scenes together. So it's like people I know who are on the same creative like wavelength. Like there are just certain performers that are like, that I vibe with in that way. Where so I just like to use them as like a way for creative self-expression because I'm always doing this step, whatever the fuck, a lot because people like that, but like that for me, like those super creative scenes are really what I love to do. Like we'll have like iridescent mushrooms in the background and we'll just like, we're like floral lingerie, like we're garden fairies and just fucking fuck, and that's fun.
Yeah, just looking for a unicorn, just a typical day, just watering the mushrooms. How much would you say, like, are your scenes, like, the ones you do on your own, like, improvised versus kinda written out?
They're all improvised. Yeah, they're always all improvised. Like I go into every scene that I do, I go into, I have like a scenario in my head and then I just roll with it. My manager says I'm like a rapper because I just go, but it just comes to me. It's like I'm downloading it from the heavens above, you know what I'm saying? Like it
Like,
just,
God is giving me a message.
yeah, it just
Uh,
goes.
okay, you're filming an orgy scene, 3 girls, 1 guy. Who is in it with you?
Three girls, one guy. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Elsa Jean,
Yay, I
Madison
love Elsa.
Ivy, and Nicole Aniston, and then my man.
Aw, I'd watch that. That sounds fun. I just had Elsa on my other show last night.
I love her.
I was asking her about her, like, her hair routine. I was like, "How do you get, like,
Yo,
waist
honestly,
long hair?" Yeah, it must take so
I
long.
I need the whole situation too. If it's like so perfect, and it's like, can I just? Because when I get extensions, like they're good for a bit, but I guess I'm just too savage. Like I'm just like I'm working out. I'm like climbing like mountains and shit. I'm just like everywhere, so they get all janky super quickly. So I'm like, all right, I just can't. I'm like sweating, and it's like a whole thing. So
I didn't even realize that she had extensions. I just thought that was, like, her hair, but I figure most people who've got hair longer than titty length, it's gotta be extensions 'cause how
yeah,
do you
I
okay,
wish.
cool. From Premium Nick, super awesome to see Alix Lynx with Chrissie Mayr. Alex, you are a dope boss in the biz. One of my all-time faves. Love your work on OnlyFans.
Aw, thanks, Nick. That means a lot. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick. He came in the nick of time. That would be my porn title for him. Matthew Hammond, if banks can ban porn, then they can ban pew pew purchases and other speech. I guess that's true. From Byron, is mind control a big fetish in the industry? I noticed Primal Fetish does a lot of those movies.
I wouldn't say it's a big fetish. I would say that people who are into there's a fetish for like everything. And maybe I'm wrong because I'm not heavily involved in that community, but that community, it's like people who like that stuff. So there's like a specific community of humans that are very into that specific fetish. I just feel like people who have a fetish about a specific thing, like they're just chilling in that category.
Yeah.
So
My fetish is when a guy comes home when he says he's gonna go. I
yeah,
have the
I
most
fucking love that.
everything boring. I'm like, "Ooh, my fetish is you fixed my car.
Oh, yes.
You held the door open for me." Or like, I'm just like, I think it'd be so funny, like, "Oh, we're doing a scene where you get stuck at the dryer, but it's like a top load, like the old style." And you're like, "How do I even have to get in
I
it?"
did one of those. Oh wait, no, that
Really?
was a washing. I'm sorry, that was a washing machine. I
You
lied.
got stuck in the washing machine?
Hate it when that happens. It's
You
one-
gotta watch it. You gotta just make sure.
Yeah, tough out here.
It's tough out here. Alix, where else can people, other than checking out your ebooks, I'm gonna throw this site up again one more time. Rather than checking, let's see. This is clubalixlynx.com. That's clubalixlynx.com. Where else can people go to follow you and keep up with what you're doing?
So my blog, it's xoalix.com, and then my OnlyFans is alixlynx.world, or just onlyfans.com/alixlynx. Facebook.com/alixlynx. Twitter is the Alix Lynx. So is TikTok, and so is Instagram.
Oh, okay. And this question I'm going to ask because it's the holidays are coming up. What if there's guys listening and they don't know what to get their girlfriend or wife? What should they get them?
Oof, man. I would say you really can't go wrong with a spa day, whether even it's just like a massage or like a full on like half day at the spa. You can't fuck that up. You right? Like
You're never going to be mad at that.
I
Ever.
don't think you can ever fuck that up.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. And what if there are any girls listening that are clueless about what to get their guy, boyfriend, or husband? What would be a good idea?
I would say go on Etsy and look for personalized gifts for guys. I think anything, especially for guys who have everything, they're hard to shop for. Personalized gifts, they're really thoughtful and they mean a lot, and they're going to cherish them a lot more than like, oh, here's a scarf. Or just go on, I'm a big fan of Etsy, or just go on like Etsy and type in like whatever their interest is. For example, like outdoorsy gifts for guys, and like there's so many cool things. And I think just getting people things that they wouldn't like get themselves or even think to get themselves I like to be thoughtful about gifts, so I think that's a good move.
Yeah, and I think upgrades are good too. Like if like, I don't know, new tools or like new whatever. Like okay, like if okay, they need a new leather jacket and you know what size they wear. Boom. Like
Yeah, 100% practical things too.
yeah. I think where like girls get into trouble, they're like, "Oh, I wish my man like dressed like this," and then you
Oof.
like give them this whole thing that's like not their
Yeah,
vibe.
can't change anybody.
Incrementally.
Or
Yeah.
yeah.
Yay. Alix, thank you so much for coming on. It was so great to chat with you.
Yes,
Um,
Chrissy. Thanks for
I'm
having me.
I'm really impressed with all these books that you wrote. You had a very productive lockdown.
I tried.
And guys in the chat, thank you so much for your comments and questions and all that good stuff. Until next time, we'll see you later, guys. Bye.
Bye.